The Midwest, and perhaps Iowa, has often been perceived historically as lacking in diversity. One needs only to walk Woodland Cemetery to see that that is now, not now, and was not necessarily back then the case. This can be seen by reading the names of the veterans, the early pioneers, the men, the women that now permanently rest there. Different religions, cultures, as well as representatives from every state in the Union, countries and continents all over the world are represented by their native sons and daughters' names etched on the stones in Woodland. What we don't always know is who was the first. With a little research and books like The Pioneer of Polk County, Iowa, and Reminiscence of Early Days, which was published in 1905, or The History of Polk County, Iowa, which was published in 1880, some interesting things can be found, such as the first brass band was by C.X. Mosier in 1855. The first piano was bought by Captain F.R. West in 1853. The first drayman was Michael Kennedy in 1853. The first steam power printing was by John Teasdale in 1859. The first carriage was built by O.W. Munsell for Captain West in 1867. And of course, importantly, the first brewery was run by George Herb, and he was at the corner of 7th and Center Streets in 1855. George is also buried in Woodland Cemetery. The first time the city of Des Moines was lighted with gas, July 16, 1865. The first fire company was organized as a volunteer in 1865. And the first railroad passenger train was August 29, 1866. It was the Keokuk and Des Moines line. Which brings us to where we're standing now, at the grave of Michael McTighe. He came to Des Moines in 1854, and it's written that he ran the Shamrock House on 2nd Street between Market and Vine. He was a member of the city council from 1861 to 1877, and with Michael Drady, it is said that they ran the old First Ward to suit themselves. It's also quoted that they were a jolly, hustling couple. But the reason he is a subject here is because he is said to be the first full-blooded Irishman in Des Moines. The Donahues, the Cooneys, the Farrells, the Glenns, the O'Maras, and the O'Malleys would come shortly later and continue a rich Irish tradition started by this first in Des Moines.